Good morning and welcome, everyone. It's Jean, and what do you think of this new view you're seeing here this morning? A little bit different, have a different setup on the desk. So let me know if you like it. Yeah, thumbs up on the thumbs up also, but let me know if you like the new layout here where you can see when I'm working over here and you can see at the machine and hey, you can see me all in one view. Isn't that awesome? But anyway, welcome to Stitch Talk this morning. Yes, this is Stitch Talk. This is Monday. Had to stop and think there for a minute. But I guess, when I said I was going to clear the cobwebs out of the brain, maybe I didn't get them all out yet. But welcome everyone. And we had quite the early birds this morning. We had Michelle and Mike, yay, Mike, thank you, is now one of the members of the channel and a Stitching Friend member. Welcome to you. It's going to be awesome to have you with us. But Michelle and Mike, myself for a little bit, and Danielle and Andrea have all been chatting as early birds, but who was the one that got the worm this morning? Carrie was the first one there this morning. So welcome to you. And Terry is here. Welcome to you. Vicky is here. Welcome, Vicky. So great to see you. Hope that you are doing well. Letitia is here. I don't think I have missed anyone. Michelle is saying for Mike to share and share alike. Tee-hee. And I noticed that Mike already has gotten comfortable and helped himself to a beverage at the beverage bar in the Stitching Cottage this morning. I guess he figures that's one of the perks of being a stitching friend. But welcome anytime to come and have a cup of coffee with me in the Stitching Cottage. Welcome, Terry. It is great to see you also this morning. But what do I have for you this morning? This is going to be a little bit different of a live because actually I was not going to go live this morning. But I neglected to let everyone know that, so decided that I am coming on live just so that I can announce my new schedule, new content layout, and let you all be aware of what is going to be coming up in the future. And good morning, Lori Clark, to you also. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you all here this morning. But first off, let's get right to it. I am changing things up a little bit on my schedule here in the Stitching Cottage. Uh, Decided maybe to just eliminate one of the lives that I have been doing, which will be Monday morning Stitch Chat. Stitch Talk. Okay, we'll get it straight yet. But this will be the last Monday morning live Stitch Talk. I will no longer be going live on Monday mornings, but have no fear. I still will be going live, which actually Wednesday at 3 p.m. will be a mixture of live and recorded, depending on the content for that Wednesday and what exactly will be going on. So still will be going live or a recorded video on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock all Eastern Standard Time that I am in. So you can always still look forward to that. And then Friday, I will be going live at my regular time, 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, but just switching that up a little and changing the theme and content of that. And the name, the title of that live will now be Stitching in the Cottage. Isn't that just amazing, huh? What else would we be doing? But so that will be on Fridays. And then, of course, Sunday is my week in review. And you can always expect that recorded video to be dropped somewhere between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All depends upon how YouTube likes to take their sweet old time or be quick about uploading those. But yes, so that is my new schedule for all of you. Still going to be here Yeah, twice live and once for the recorded videos. And all of you just really seem to love the weekend review. I don't know what it is that you so enjoy about seeing what I may have gotten done in the stitching cottage through the week, but that is my most popular content. Surprised by that. But I'm glad that you all enjoy it, and thankful that you all come and watch every week and join in everything that I do. It is great to see all of you. And Mike says he'll be there. Let me make sure I haven't missed anyone that's popping in to say hello. Joyce is here. Hello, Joyce. Great to see you. Yes, and I do have some awesome, awesome plans coming up for the Stitching Friends membership here in the near future. So stay tuned for something that may be coming in that. Uh, I think you are all going to enjoy that very much. And I am still and have found a new and awesome venue that I will still be the last one that we tried to go with. An in-person quilt retreat will still be scheduled in the future at a great, very intimate, quiet, peaceful country farmhouse that is a quilt retreat venue that is close to me. So we'll be planning that. So look forward to that, and we'll give you all that information in plenty of time so that any of you that wish to attend an in-person quilt retreat with Kept in Stitches will be able to do that. We will have a great time and great fun with that. Hello and good morning, Debbie. It is great to see you also. And Mike says, ooh. Oh, and Danielle, did I forget to welcome my dear daughter Danielle? I think I said that you were also chatting with us, but I may have forgot to say hello to you, my awesome moderator. And Andrea says that she forgot to put in her comment yesterday that the blouse you had on, the turquoise or teal, is your color. You looked fabulous in the video. Well, thank you, Andrea. Thank you, thank you. And Samantha is here this morning. Good morning to you. It is great to see you also. But so that is the new, and I almost missed Sandra there. How can I miss her? She's always got the flowers on with her good morning to all of us. But yeah, you have all been busy, very busy, and it is awesome that it is Monday, the start to a new week, which don't forget, those of you that are in the Facebook group, the post this morning says to share what's underneath your needle or what you may be working on because it's Monday. We all need inspiration on Monday to get our week going and see what others are doing to inspire us to get stitching. So don't forget to share that this morning. Would love to see what you all have underneath your needles, your sewing machines, or whatever it may be. And Kelly is here this morning. Good morning, Kelly. Oh, and Joyce just became one of the Stitching Friends members, a member of the channel. Also, thank you, Joyce. Don't forget, Joyce and Mike both to send me an email. You'll be able to find that in the description box below after this video is over, or it's also always on my channel under the more info tab there. But and I think if Danielle puts exclamation point my email in there, it may come up in the chat. I don't remember exactly that command, but it might. Oh, let me make sure. I'm working on bowl cozies for my husband's boss's wife. Well, that is awesome, Samantha. I have not made a bowl cozy yet. I have watched several people make them on their channels. I know I've watched Danielle make them with the little hanger. She adds it a little bit different, but And oh, I'm trying to think some of the others. I also have the template, which I think I have figured out, since really don't need the template, but I do have the template. So at some point in time, I will hopefully make some bowl cozies. Just haven't gotten around to that yet. And Kelly says that she has to assemble one more big strip set and get both of them pressed. Awesome. You are coming a long way on that quilt, Kelly. Okay, I don't think that must not be the command. But thank you for trying, Danielle. Working on a Vegas strips quilt. Oh, art gallery fabric. I had to think of that there for a minute. So awesome so far. Awesome, Mike. And that's your first quilt, right, Mike? If I remember correctly. And Andrea says she bought the templates and the pre-cut batting, but have not got around to it yet. I haven't around to it someplace my grandfather gave me when he was still living, and he told me that I could never say when I get around to it because I now had around to it. We'll never forget that. My grandfather was quite the character. Maybe some of it rubbed off. But Danielle is not my real daughter, Samantha. She is my adopted YouTube Facebook daughter. But yeah, and there is Debbie also, and she is not my real sister, just my sister as far as YouTube goes when we say that. But thank you. I would definitely welcome Danielle as really my daughter, but no, that is just adopted daughter is what we call that, but not official. Oh. All right. And I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I have in the works. First of all, that stack up there you saw, okay, was one of the finds that I found in that little box I talked about, mysterious box that I found that I was telling you about during my week in review. Well, we may be working on that on Friday. I know that there was one individual that was interested in seeing how a rag quilt is done, so I will be working on that on Friday. And what project am I excited about that is coming up? That is something that I have not done but have always wanted to do. And that is a Kawande. And I'm not going to say Kawande quilt because in researching, I have found out that the word Kawande itself is the city people from India, which are the ones that make the Kwandi. Kwandi already means quilt. So if you say Kwandi quilt, you are saying quilt, quilt. So it is just called Kwandi. And I am going to be making one of those, and I'm going to start off by making a small version just to get used to the process and everything. And I have already prepared my background here out of a scrap piece of background that I had in my stash. I think this is going to end up something like around 20, 22 by 30 inches or something like that. I was just going to be mentioning something about that, Mike. Thank you very much, Terry, for putting my email in there. Thank you, thank you. Which Terry is one of my other moderators. So, but thank you for doing that. Debbie says, I love the colors. I must be talking about somebody else's colors. Oh, all right. Awesome. Debbie says that her and Michelle are going to be making a bowl cozy and a sew along. All right. But anyway, so I have the backing prepared, and part of the preparing on that is turning under all the edges on that. So that is also pressed and prepared. And I have my flannel that I will be using for the very thin batting layer on the inside of that, also ready. What I am having a little dilemma with is deciding what scrap, and I know when I say scrap, this doesn't look like scraps, does it? No, it doesn't. This portion of it is scraps. These are fat quarters, but it's part of my stash that is just there to be used however I want to use it. So I am either going to use these fabrics on it, or I am going to go outside my box, which these are fabrics I have left over from a project I did a while ago that I used when I came across these and had no idea where they came from because it's not really my style, but these are already really nice sizes for using in a quandary. So I haven't decided, or I may decide to mix them up and use them together. But now, Mike, what? And he says, I might have to join you on this one, Jean, because we were talking about this in a Zoom. Yeah, it was the weekend, Friday, oh, whenever that exactly was. The fabric you have on your desk. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are Civil War reproduction quilts. And these are, I don't know what these are. Like I said, I did not purchase these. I don't know how they ended up in my stitching cottage. Had to have gotten them somewhere along the line by something that somebody gave me at one point in time. But anyway, Mike had mentioned something about Gotham quilts and that they have an online class for quandary. And I was going to challenge you, Mike, because you mentioned you were thinking about taking that class. Well, I did look it up, and I'm very seriously about thinking about taking that class myself. So my challenge is, if you are going to take that class, let me know. I will also take the class, and then what I would like to do is you need to get on a live with me, and we will do portions of our quandary together, side by side, during a live. So there is your challenge, Mike. Let me know if you accept that challenge. Which he may have already said yes. I don't know. But and Debbie says, I love reproduction Civil War fabrics. Well, you would fall in love with the whole middle section there of my fabric shelves over there. Challenge accepted. All right, Mike, I will go in and I will sign up for that class. And I also have a dresser drawer full that is almost, it's 3/4 of the way, the one drawer of Civil War era reproduction fat quarters. And so, yeah, Debbie, you always say you would have a great time in my stitching cottage. Yes, you most definitely would. And Kelly says, I have been considering quandary, but kind of cheating using my machine. I want to make a Halloween runner for a friend. It's not cheating. I mean, it's yes, it's may not be the traditional, quandary, the way that the cities that are the ones that, and I'm probably not saying that exactly right, but I was looking at quite a few videos and stuff on quandary during this weekend, and just truly intrigued by that. But it's never cheating. Anything that you do in the needle arts world is whatever and however you want to do it. There is no cheating. It's just your unique creative way of coming up with the end result that you want. So never call it cheating. There is no cheating. Captions are saying quality. It is Kawandi. And it did spell it right. I just looked at the closed captions to make sure. But that is the type of style of quilt that I am talking about. It comes from the city people. And that's not city, C-I-T-Y, it's S-I-D-D. I did have the spelling of that, S-I-D-D-I, and they are from the west coast of India. They are the ones that use that style of quilting. So, and one of the other people, and anyone that would is it wants to see some awesome information on this. Joe Cunningham had an interview and a video on with Margaret Fabricio. She is an awesome lady. I mean, I was just, yeah, zoned in on listening to her talk and her explain. She actually went over to India more than once and sat with one of the city women who taught her how to do quandi in their traditional way. And what she has done with it is just amazing, amazing. Well, I'm sure that we can. How can it be sold out when it's not in person? We'll have to check that out. Interesting, Mike. Good to know. And Vicky says she will be back later. Okay, Vicky. Hope it is good news. And now we have everyone typing in one day. but but anyhow, I think that is going to be an awesome adventure for me because I love all things done by hand and I love learning new traditional methods and researching on the true traditional way that they were made. So any of you that are interested in that, look forward to, because I will probably be, as I'm working on that also, because this will just be a little one for learning and getting used to it. I'll walk over to the store and get us in, says Mike. Oh, okay. Yes, there's a lot of them that I've been finding that have some awesome information on it. Another one is Marion's World, which has some really good information on it also. But I will be sharing that that project along the way, and I will be making a huge one after I have done the smaller one and taken the class, of course. And we will have very different outlooks as well. Yes. That is great, Andrea. She says that she has a very good friend in India. Ah, I was a pattern tester for her crochet patterns. I will get information from her. Yes, awesome. But so that is what you will see me working on coming up. And how Fridays will be working is I will be doing more of sharing and going through a lot of the works in progress that I have here in the stitching cottage because I have so much to do and get done. So who knows what wonderful and intriguing finds I will come across along the way and be sharing with you on Friday morning. So it will be a mixture of things that are done by hand, all types of needle arts and quilting all combined, and something for everyone to enjoy and hopefully be inspired from and maybe learn something new, maybe see a different way of doing something, or just joining in, having a great time doing some of those along with me. But that will be the new schedule and the new setup for the content on Kept in Stitches. So I hope that you all will find that that flows very nicely, and it also gives me a day off. That is the plan anyway. I plan on using that Monday for spending a little more time with my husband, getting things done that way, and just giving myself a day to be able to rest and recuperate. Let's put it that way. But so, does anyone have any questions on anything that I have covered? Need a refresher or any questions about the change on the content schedule? Anything at all? I will answer any question within reason that you throw at me. Jim is here also. Welcome, welcome, Jim. And he is thanking you for the information to the Dizzy Quilter. Terry, thank you very much. We deserve rest. Yes, we do. If only I could really rest. I have a real problem with that. But, and Terry says, you need that, Jean. Yes, yes, I do. I need, I need the mind shut down more than I need the rest. I know I don't sleep. I need rest too, but it's the give the mind a rest that I really need. And by eliminating that one commitment of the live on Monday morning, I think that's going to make a huge difference. And I think you'll see a difference in the rest of the content by doing that. Hopefully, that's the plan, and I'm sticking to it. And so, and Kelly says, all good, Jean. You do your channel as you need. The rest of life is more important. Yes, there there are other things that are definitely important in our lives as well. And Vicky is back. All right. Right. And we do have one other. Okay, we have oh goodness. It just went boom on what I was going to say. You need to unplug. Well, I can't unplug, Debbie. I try. I just can't do it. And I really, as you all know, the word no does not seem to be in my vocabulary. I'm trying, but I did, like I said, I went over and I did make some changes. And as you know, and you can see right there over my shoulder, see that laying there? I don't usually have fabric, laying there. That is fabric already off the shelves from over here. Can't see the rest. It's kind of lined up on that back shelf of the long arm, getting ready to sort through all of that, which it's not even a dent in what I've got that I'm going to start sorting yet. But I am also going to be doing that, doing the reorganizing and everything out here, making things feel better to me because I am someone that thrives on organization and things being in their place and out of the way. I cannot work in clutter. If there is clutter and stuff all around or something that I don't like that keeps catching my view, I really have a hard time focusing and working. So I am trying to streamline things a little bit more in the stitching cottage, always reorganizing in the stitching cottage, but this time it's going to be a really big undertaking because I am basically moving one 18-foot wall over to the opposite 18-foot wall and that 18-foot wall over to the other 18-foot wall. And when we're talking about 18 foot, that's 18 foot long and it is 8 feet tall and it is full from floor to ceiling. So that is going to be quite an undertaking, but I am going to feel so much better when I am done with that. And I am also going to be had a talk with my husband, and as you know, he has a workshop in the backyard, which he is not able to make use of like it was intended anymore. So we did have the talk and are going to be selling some of his large major tools, workshop tools type things, table saws, all that big kind of equipment that he has and can no longer use. So I will be taking care of a lot of that for him, uh, winterizing that workshop so that I will be able to use that hopefully to put the long arm in, make a little more room out here, and also have extra storage out there. So that is going to be another undertaking that we'll be doing over this summer. Terry says, I giggled when you found all the flannel squares for a rag quilt. It was like finding something brand new. Yes, it was. It was a total surprise. And what was even more surprising was why the Civil War era reproduction fabrics were in there with it. It's not, they don't go together. Why were they in a white tub together? But Mike says that wall needs a big hole. You know what would be awesome? And I would like to at some point in time. I would love to be able to make um, like an arbor to start off with that goes from the front door of the stitching cottage to the side door of the workshop. And then I would like to end up enclosing that at some point in time. So rain or the winter or whatever can just walk out here and walk right over to the workshop. It all be combined like one building, and use that walkway for storage. Also, put some neat shelving up along both sides of it so it can all be storage. That is my plan in my head. We will see what comes to fruition. But yes, it could be awesome. And Lori Clark says, I clean up every project as I'm finished for the night. I can't work in a cluttered space. That is me, Lori. Yes, I put everything away. If there is something that is left out, first thing when I come in here in the morning, everything is cleared and cleaned before I sit down and start my day. I cannot work in clutter. And right now, that's why not much is getting done, because when you are reorganizing, you make a bigger mess to end up with a less mess. Just the way it happens. Danielle says, I love the new changes for you, Mama Jean. This is going to be wonderful, you mentally and physically. Thank you. Yes, it is. Jean, my room is jealous. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be jealous. Everybody has their own awesome personal space. And it can be a little TV tray and a chair, and it can still be awesome, personal, and a great way to create and do your own unique thing. So don't ever think that you need something larger or whatever you have, whatever you are able to work with, you can make it your own and really have a great time when it comes to needle arts, quilting, and creating. I started out with just, nothing, and a little brother off the shelf at Walmart. Well, actually, before that, it was even a smaller, it was a white, one of the little white sewing machines. So yeah. Is it nice to have, a dedicated space? Yes, it is. But don't ever feel jealous or bad because you don't have something that somebody else does. Everybody's crafting areas are special, very special. But I am going to get off here, but I want to say, don't forget to look for information coming up on something special for the stitching friends that are members of the channel, and also to keep your ears and eyes open for information on a date for having an in-person quilt retreat here in Ohio. Just so you know, that's where you will need to go if you want to be in that. And the space will be very limited on that quilt retreat. So it will be first that register, first served on that. But so thank you everyone for taking the time to listen to this long explanation of there no longer going to be a Monday live, but what the rest of my schedule will be. Mike, we will get together on that challenge, and I will see you all again on Wednesday. And don't forget that in the meantime, I can keep you in stitches. Have a great week and a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.